Hello everybody. Here is my new 135 gallon tank. Um, if you recall from my earlier videos, this tank is basically an upgrade from my old 55 gallon tank. Let's start at the beginning. Well, of course, here is the tank. Not a whole lot to be said there. It's a tank was built by Aquarium Masters out of Chino, California, and I got this tank and the stand, which was built by a local cabinet shop here in Northern California. I believe the guy is in Stockton. The tank itself is 135 gallons. Underneath in the sump here, you open the door here, you can see the sump. That's an eShops it's an Aquafuge AR300 sump. It's about 40 gallons total volume. Running in order, it's probably about 25 gallons total volume. So that's the system. I have a protein skimmer in there, refugium section with a small ball of Cheeto down here at the bottom. Little light to feed the Cheeto. On this side here, you can see in the back there is the intakes. There's the filter sock, and down below you can see there's a small little level here where water passes below the refugium and goes across to the filter section here where the sump is, where the skimmer is. Oh, hello. Nosy cat. Checking out what's going on. Anyway, yeah, so the water goes below the refugium and into the where the skimmer is here. I have a couple small pieces of rock in here. They really don't serve any purpose. I just tossed them in there. I could probably fill this thing up 2/3 of the way full with rocks and get extra biofiltration out of that, but honestly, I don't really think I need it. Heater in there. Again, my protein skimmer, which apparently I need to clean. Yeah. Anyway, so over here I have in the other side of the cabinet here my power station. Kind of like this one because I have those orange buttons you see turn off each of the levels individually, so I can control what's on and what's off with the push of a button. No need for a fancy Apex or whatever controller. That does the job for me. So up here to the tank, on top, Kessil A360s. I got 4 Kessil A360X tuna blues that light my system. In the corners here, you can see I have corner overflows rather than the ones that are kind of more dedicated towards like this section here. Then tank manufacturer design, not really mine. You can see here I accidentally knocked out the plug here for. I was originally intending to put the return nozzles. You notice that the knockout there matches the knockout here. But that drain pipe got in the way. So I could not run the return through that knockout the way I had thought I was going to be able to do. So a piece of plastic milk jug plugged up that hole fairly well. My returns, my overflows do not have a center set of weirs, like a lot of them do. Design manufacturer issue on that one. There's really nothing I can do about it. But anyway, I have dual overflows, corners. Both corners have the overflows. Euro bracing glass here in the corner, Euro bracing glass here in the middle. This is a fairly common design. I don't know that it's good or bad per se. I kind of prefer this over the Euro bracing design that you see in a lot of tanks, where there's basically a strip about like this that runs front to back rather than a wide panel like what I have here on mine. My 180 gallon tank, which is over here, has that Euro bracing system with just these thin strips. That one I believe has 2 strips on it rather than the one center kind of massive brace. Again, I don't know if that's good or if it's bad per se. Kind of like the idea of the enhanced structure that this provides, although it does also have its down points with the fact that light can't penetrate that as easily as it can through just water, right? You got a light here. It shines down, goes through the water, goes into the tank. A light mounted directly over this would have to penetrate this 3/8 inch thick piece of glass and whatever is on the glass. This is actually all underneath the glass. This is not on top. The top is clean, but underneath is where you're seeing all of the all that stuff is under the glass. So unless you can get underneath there and clean that every day, that's going to be an issue that's going to affect your lighting. And as we all know, corals need light to live. So, again, this is all just a hardware issue. None of this is anything that can't be overcome. Obviously, the tank itself is thriving. I kind of don't like that term tank because this is not a tank. Yes, it's a glass box with water, but really, this is an ecosystem. This is a living, thriving organism that we build in our homes. As aquarists and reefers, we understand that what we're doing here is not just an aquarium. An aquarium would be, a box with some goldfish in it and a small little filter on the back. And even then, it's still not just an aquarium. That's even still then is an aquarium, is an ecosystem. It's so dependent on so many other things other than just a glass box with some water in it and a fish. There's so many things that we have to provide to these systems to keep them healthy and surviving and, ultimately flourishing. So, the term aquarium or tank, to me, I don't like that word. I prefer system or ecosystem, because really that's what this is. This is a slice of the ocean that we are trying to duplicate to the best effort we can within our limited ability. So, yeah. There's a lot of terms in the hobby that I kind of disagree with. There's a lot of misnomers and just flat outright fake nonsense that so many people adhere to when it comes to what we're doing here. But we have to fight our own battles one at a time, I guess. So as you can see, I have quite a diverse stock in my tank. Nice here. I just said it again. Tank. Well, whatever. You have to forgive me for that one. I have currently 19 fish and I guess about 125 corals in this system. I also have, you can see right here, sand sifting starfish. There's a couple of those in here. Rock flower anemones, and just tons and tons of corals, tons and tons of fish. I really like a live system. I want movement. I want diversity. There's also probably another 100 snails in this tank, 8 or 10 hermit crabs, probably 7 or 8 emerald crabs for bubbly algae. What else is in here? Man, there's so many things. But there are cleaner shrimps. I have a few shrimp in here. And what else? What else is going to catch my eye here that I can mention here in this video? There's so many things in here. I just really can't remember them all off the top of my head. There's so much in this system. 3 pajama cardinals, Mata tang, 2-spot tang that just went behind there in the back. That is a Talbot's damsel right there. This guy with a little spot on his dorsal fin. Y'all know Dory, who's swimming away as fast as she can. Black cap damsel right there. He won't come into focus. Yellow tang. That's a biota captive bred yellow tang. This purple and yellow guy here, that's a Royal Garama. Right there, well, there we go. Two blue, blue-green chromis. Lemon damsel. He's trying to be shy. Wyoming white clownfish. Aptasia eating filefish right there. That's what that little guy with the pokey things on him is. What else is in here? Well, there's one of the shrimp. That's skunk cleaner shrimp. Toadstool leather. That's what that guy is right there. Started off as a little teeny tiny frag. He's just gotten huge. Duncan coral. Galaxia right there. Greenstar polyps. Red tarantula zoanthids. And that is a Goniopora right there. And kind of hard to see that one. Doesn't want to focus right. Nice little SPS piece right there. Bubblegum digitata. Acan Lord right there. This one here in the back. On top. If I can get it to focus. Come on. That's a Jason Fox. Oh shoot, the name escapes me right now. I'm sorry. And the video is not going to do it justice. It's all washed out in blue. But Here's a bird's nest right here that I thought was dead when I made the transfer over to the new tank. But it's coming back to life. So, more power to it. Let's keep it going. Plating Monopora right there. Another Monty right here, which has a huge Aiptasia that's growing behind it, which is stinging it and just irritating the heck out of it. I need to get rid of that damn Aiptasia. It's the only one in the tank. I have not seen Aiptasia anywhere else in the entire system except for right there. But what I do have is this. This turf algae is really exploding in this system. Now, granted, this system has been up and running now since the early part of July. So we're talking, what, about 8 weeks, 7-8 weeks? But this turf algae, especially on all of the old existing rockwork, which is what I'm showing you now, is really starting to get out of hand. I've tried to, that guy right there, the two-spot tang right there. There's a fox-faced rabbit in here too that he wants to hide from the camera right now. I basically added herbivores to this tank to try and get this algae under control naturally. I really don't want to resort to chemicals. I'm not a big fan. But this algae is starting to get a little bit out of control, to the point now where I am about ready to start resorting to a chemical fix. I'm going to hold out for a bit. This tank is still, like I said, pretty young. Basically, it's about 8 weeks, maybe, that I've had this tank wet. So I really don't want to start going into the chemical quick fix realm of things. I'm not a fan of chemicals. I don't think that that's something that we really should be our immediate, go-to fix for things when you have problems with your tanks. Chemicals should be your very last resort. So I'm gonna kind of hold off on with the chemical thing based on that. This, again, that's my opinion. Other people may tell you differently. They may or may not be right. I may be wrong. I don't know. I'm not an expert here. I'm just, this is something I do because I love it. I'm not a marine biologist or anything like that, so take what I say for what it is. This is my opinion on what I do in my system. But overall, I believe I have a pretty healthy system with very little outside interference. I mean, I feed the tank, I change the water out every other week or so as it needs it. And otherwise, I don't really, honestly, it doesn't need very much else from me. It just wants me to feed it and make sure the water's clean. So, anyway, this is my my new build. If you saw my earlier video, which was probably even worse than this one, I apologize. If you saw my last update on my 55-gallon tank, which actually was sitting where this one is now, you can see what a beautiful tank that was. What a beautiful system. And so I'm hoping to get this one to be at that level here soon. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you with the next update.